I know that everyone has heard of 911, but have you heard of 211? It's a brand new service in Placer County that seniors can use to access resources. I'm Shannon Quigley, and this is Placer Protect Presents. Today, I'm joined by 211 Consumer Service Representative Micah Cohn. Thank you for joining us today, Micah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Shannon. On behalf of 211 Placer, all my colleagues, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
I know 211 is a brand new service, and we are really excited about it because a senior can literally pick up the phone and dial 211 if they need assistance. Can you tell us what happens when a senior calls 211?
Yeah, absolutely. So when someone dials 211, they are initially warmly greeted and they're assured that they have in fact found their connection to information and assistance. They're then given a few options. First of all, for our callers who speak Spanish, they're given an option to carry out the call in their native language. We have 3 full-time bilingual call agents, and it's very exciting to be able to offer our services in Spanish as well. And then after that, they're given a couple options. They're able to select either option 2, which brings them to basic 211 services for general purposes. Option 4 would present them with an option to get connected to our homelessness and housing related services. And no matter how somebody calls or what kind of phone they call from, it's going to be a really easy sort of phone tree to navigate, unlike a lot of other call centers that folks might be more familiar with calling. We've made it very easy and very straightforward to the point.
That's good. Generally speaking, what type of services or connections can you offer for our seniors?
A great deal. We provide a really wide variety of resource information to get folks connected to the services that they're in need of for any particular need. Our database is packed with everything with information ranging from medical related services to transportation, food and meal resources, getting folks connected to finding the right type of medical insurance, agencies that will assist with that, legal services, and everything in between, everything that I just mentioned. If a caller doesn't have internet access, or if somebody prefers to use a phone book but they can't find what they're looking for in their phone book, one of the nice things about our service is that we're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in order to get people connected to the services that they need. And oftentimes we are able to just provide a friendly voice and a friendly atmosphere for our callers so they can feel heard and feel that they're getting what they need.
So can you give us an example of how this referral system might work for a senior?
Yeah, definitely. Have a nice client success story here. We spoke to a client who's over the age of 80. He lived in Auburn. And his initial call to 211 was because he was experiencing homelessness and he was looking for related resources. So we provided him with a fair amount of resources, starting with what's called coordinated entry, which is a system that allows folks who are experiencing homelessness to go through an intake that does primarily 2 things for them. It provides them with an opportunity to get eligibility determined for an emergency shelter referral. There are 2 shelters for which we provide referrals. And then that process also gets their name onto a waiting list for other long-term housing resources as those become available. So we took this gentleman caller through that process, got him through coordinated entry, and we also issued a referral to a program called Project Room Key, which is a state-run program that's facilitated by the county, which is designed to get folks who are over a certain age or who are more susceptible to contracting COVID-19 due to underlying conditions into motel rooms or hotel rooms and off the street. So he was then referred to that program. He was also referred to the CalFresh Food Assistance Program, which was formerly known as Food Stamps. We got him connected to county's Health and Human Services for that. As well as food and clothing distribution resources. We have several in the database that we routinely refer to for that. He was, of course, encouraged to call back anytime he needed further assistance. About a month and a half later, the caller contacted us here at 211 again, and he stated that he had then successfully obtained mainstream services through Placer County, and he had actually been granted a trailer to live in via Project Room Key and FEMA. They work in conjunction with one another to provide, under certain circumstances, trailers for folks to live in, and he successfully navigated through that program, which is really exciting for us to hear. He expressed deep gratitude for the help that he had obtained from us here at 211, and he was now in need of internet service for his trailer. The 211 call specialist was able to refer 2 different options for low cost and free internet service to the gentleman. And we scheduled a follow-up to make sure that he was able to obtain those services and get the help that he needed in his trailer. So he was successfully transitioned, basically, Shannon, from a first-time caller, knew absolutely nothing about 211 and what we do here, all the way from the beginning to the end. And he's now a happy return caller, and he knows that he can find us here anytime, day or night.
That is an amazing story, and it just shows how much of an impact 211 can have on just one citizen's life, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I know this is a relatively new program, and it started in June. So how many seniors have you been able to impact since this program started?
So altogether, since July 1st, when the program rolled out, we have assisted over 900 seniors. We've received 905 phone calls from seniors within the Placer County area who have been served and who've gotten connected to resources.
That is truly amazing. What are the types of most common calls that seniors call about?
The top 3 needs that we determined after pulling a little bit of data would be housing and shelter. That's a very major need. Healthcare related needs, and food and meals. So getting folks connected to the Great Plates Delivered program, another state-run program during the time of COVID-19. There was a big focus on that, as well as Meals on Wheels, our local food bank, and other food and clothing closets as well.
Well, that's such a valuable resource for our citizens in Placer County to have. I want to thank you, Micah, for joining us today and providing all of that information. We're so grateful for everything you do for our seniors here in Placer County. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Shannon. And I want to just encourage your viewers once again to give us a call at 211 Placer anytime, day or night. We're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can reach us just by simply dialing 211 on your phone. You can alternatively reach us by dialing 1-833-342-5211. And that spells out 1-833-DIAL-211. Easy way to remember that.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Micah. For any of our other viewers who want to join us next time on Placer Protect Presents, we're going to address topics like scams, transportation, and aid for veterans.